I went in to look for eggs, but it seems there aren't any eggs today. So this is our chicken coop, and today I'm going to tell you all about my village and also about what the finally in the title means. Let's go. I have lived here all my life, and I have had those pleasures of living the minute details of a village life. And today I am going to try and show you some of it. But the weather out here is so dicey that it can change any moment, and so we should get on with this right away. Out here, even going downhill is quite an effort. These pathways are made through the local Gram Panchayat, and it becomes a source of employment for the local people as well. But yeah, I have a lot more to go down. Let's carry on. So yeah guys, all that walking down was to come to this location. This is one of my favorite locations. Hi everyone, my name is Bidhan and I'm from a small village in the mountain region of Darjeeling and Kalimpong. Originally Darjeeling and Kalimpong used to be one district, but in the last couple of years it was broken down into two. Now it's Kalimpong district and Darjeeling district. We fall under the Kalimpong district, and this place popularly would be known and recognized as Pedong. Pedong is not really a village as such because it has a small town of its own, a small bazaar at that. But because it has come in the tourism map in the recent few years, a lot of people relate to Pedong rather than all the sub-sections of the village. Like this place is known as, this location is known as Sakyong, and it comes under the Sakyong Gram Panchayat. And if you are watching from somewhere else and do not know what is a Gram Panchayat is one of the smallest units of administration in India, of village administration. If you think all of this walking up and down is not real, think again. This is the real stuff. All the beautiful hiking videos that you see, it's not always like that. When in a mountain region, it is exactly like this. You really have to walk up and down because that's how the terrain is. At least in our case, it is like this. You know, life out here is very simple, and especially with the lockdown, I think it has become even more simple. Like, I feel I myself have gone back to my childhood days where there was a lot of free time and there was not much to do. People out here are very simple. I can see people just loitering around with their friends, just chilling, hanging out. That's it, that's what they do. But if I were to tell you one thing about my people, and let's say this is my opinion, I've always considered the three things that make our people the happiest is Masu, Bhat and Roxy. Masu meaning meat, Bhat meaning rice, and Roxy meaning alcohol. Give these three things to my people and they are always happy. Of course, times are changing now, and there are a lot of people who do not drink at all, because I really feel that was one of the most important part of our culture. We are those kind of people who just sit, chill, and all about having a good time. Yeah.
Life may be simple, but definitely not always easy. Not all houses are connected to the roads, and many things do require that extra effort. So, out here, there may be beauty and privacy, but with a price.
Just in case you're wondering what this is maize or corn or bhutta. How does it look so far? There is more. Okay, I want to show you guys something. This plant that you see before you, these bushes, this is black cardamom or kala elaichi. This is black cardamom or kala elaichi. I have some in my pocket because I asked somebody on the way to show it to you because there are a lot of them out here. This plant is a very valuable crop out here and a lot of people farm it, and it only happens in certain altitudes. These cardamoms that you see grow down there. I will show you. Hold on. It grows down here on these little flowery things that you can see. Not the most important of things, but I thought you should know where your black cardamom comes from and what the plant looks like. This is it. What you see behind me is a very old method of constructions. These brackets that you see, this is known as wattle and daub method of construction. It has been used in the world for over 6,000 years now, and it's not specific to this region, but people out here still use this method to build houses. So what you have are these brackets or these beams, and then we use bamboo inside it. It's interwoven, and then it is plastered with, originally it was supposed to be plastered with mud, and nowadays they use a lot of cement, but certain people are still using mud. And I was lucky enough to find one of these, the bamboo things, somebody's house being constructed, where I could take footage and show it to you. So I was looking for a quiet place to tell you my story about what I mean by the finally in the finally, or the finally in the title. Sorry about that. So this is our shed for firewood. This is where we store our firewood. I thought this would be the quietest place available. No disturbances from anywhere. And so yeah, what does it mean? You see, when I was, when I went for my travels for the last 5 months, I was learning how to make YouTube videos. And that time I realized that the best stories would actually come from this place, this land, the region of Darjeeling and Kalimpong. Now, for this, I will have to tell you why the channel is named Tales of an Indian Gorkha. The channel is named Tales of an Indian Gorkha because, firstly, the word Gorkha and Nepali, they are synonymous with each other. It's like saying all Gorkhas are Nepalis and all Nepalis are Gorkhas. There is a general assumption that all Nepalis and Gorkhas are from Nepal. However, that is not true. One of the biggest populations of Gorkhas outside of Nepal is Darjeeling and Kalimpong. And if you tell anyone of our people, if you call him a Nepali from Nepal, he would actually get offended and would be very quick to point out that he is actually from India and from the region of Darjeeling. This has also been politically labeled as an identity crisis of the Gorkhas of India, and there has also been a Gorkhaland movement. And in the last 30 years, a lot of people have lost their lives to this movement, and the number is not in hundreds, it's in thousands. The majority of that chunk happened in the late 80s. However, the Gorkhas are not the only ones living in Darjeeling and Kalimpong. There are also the Bhutias and the Lepchas. The Lepchas, in fact, are one of the oldest tribes of this region, the entire region of Darjeeling, Kalimpong and Sikkim. And all this makes for a very distinct and unique culture and heritage, unique only to this place. And this was why I thought telling stories about this place would be so good and so awesome. So in my 5 months of travel, I have been continuously thinking, when would I come back home and be able to start with this? And thanks to COVID, I had to stop my journey midway and come back home, and here I am and starting with the stories. And this is what I meant by finally. That took a long time to explain as to the finally. I hope it was kind of cheesy, I guess. But then yeah, I will see you in my next video. Next video, I'm going to tell you about how mountain people like us get our water. Where do we get it from? How do we get it? What are the systems? Does the government supply any water? If it doesn't, how do we manage it? And until then, stay safe and stay happy. Cheers. And one more thing, if you're wondering if I'm an Indian Gorkha, yes, I am.